I have found no videos on how to put these Farmmac F660vws together. So I'm going to make a video specifically on how to put one together. It is fairly easy, but there is some very few details that will make it a little bit easier. Thought I'd just show a video of it. First of all, they gave me some stuff that, number one, I don't know what it goes for. Pretty sure this doesn't belong in here at all. I called the company. They had me send email of pictures. It's been 4 days. Haven't gotten anything back, so we're just gonna keep on trucking. I believe I'm supposed to have 3 of these longer screws and only 2 of these shorter screws, but that is yet to be determined. I have already cut one of these screws a little bit shorter because of where it's located. It will hit the muffler if it's at the original length. So we'll get into it, and I'll just explain as I go along, and hopefully we'll get this figured out for everybody. Oh, by the way, this bag of stuff, don't really need to worry about it. These are spring compressors for rebuilding at a later date, so we're not going to worry about any of that stuff at this point in time. We will first of all get this handle on here. Put it on correctly. That always helps. So I've had this together once, so kind of give you a few tricks. Don't mind the chickens in the background. So the first thing is try and get this somewhat lined up. First, we'll put in one of these shorter screws into the handle. Get that most of the way in there. Then these longer screws, 2 and go on the bottom here. And then the third one goes in the other spot in the handle. Like I said, they didn't give me enough, but it just so happens that I have some that will work, so we're just gonna use those instead. So these are the screws that I had, just so happen in my toolbox that I can use. So I like to get everything started before I tighten things down, just makes it a little bit easier in the long run. So now that I've got everything in, we'll tighten down these bottom ones first, so then I can flip it up and start putting everything else together. Alright, next we'll go to our dogs. Now these are very similar, but they're just slightly different. So the one with the 2 holes on the bottom close together, that one goes on the machine itself. What I would suggest is this piece goes on here, so put that on right away. You're going to need a pliers to hold on to it, and then one of these tools that they gave you, the T-handle with the socket on the end. Pliers here. closer, make sure you guys can see it. Now this will go towards the outside of the saw and sits in like this. We'll put this lower one in first. Here. Now this upper one, like I mentioned, I'd cut this down because otherwise, if it was full length, like I mentioned, it will hit that exhaust. I didn't want that to happen. Get that one started. Grab our Torx T-handle and this 8mm wrench they sent. That up. That's snugged up. Put that off to the side. Now these other dogs go on the outside like this. But, silly me, I was going to put the bolts in this way, in this direction. That's incorrect. What we want to do is take the screwdriver, we'll take these sliders out, and the screws, actually the bolts, go in this direction. And we'll put these back on right over top, and they actually hold them in place for tightening everything up. Go on here. Then once you get your bar and chain on there, it slides together. And then this is supposed to be your guide or safety for your chain so it falls off, and that goes in like that. Then you have your two nuts here to hold that on. And that's it, easy peasy. Done deal. Have any questions, comment below. Thank you for watching.